NBA 2K19 preview number 2. So today I'll be talking about the major archetypes and build news and expectations, and also interesting new gameplay additions I've heard for the specific builds. And obviously, most importantly, I'll be telling you guys what I think will be the best builds going forward depending on your aspirations of 2K19. And also, gameplay tutorials will be coming out this Friday once I get the prelude on my hands. So today's tutorial obviously is going to be focused on my career, Pro-Am, and things like that. So my focus essentially with these type of tutorial is to help you become a better Pro-Am player, to gain a competitive edge in terms of builds and understanding of moves and animations. I will categorize these tutorials from now on as my individual player skill series, right? So that kind of makes sense. And they will help you on Pro-Am, or actually really any game mode, because these individual skill tutorials are designed to focus on build, moves, and animation. So you can use them in Pro-Am or even individual, playing out online or even against computer. Now let's take a look at the news on archetype builds and skill moves in detail that have been available to us as released by 2K. And obviously, like this right here, this is all new, so these will be the attributes this year. I'll probably go into detail more on this later down the line, but today I want to be referencing official news from 2K dev Zach Timmerman to analyze and pretty much predict the best builds that I think are going to be for scores for you guys. Because with those of you who want to make it to the 2K League, I believe being a scorer is your best way in. And also judging from what's tweets Zach's been tweeting, I believe this year's game, and especially the builds for Pro-Am, are going to favor talented individual scorers. And I say this because obviously I'm going to show you guys why I think this way, and I'll give you the evidence. So to begin with, you can see Zach here says every archetype this year has been rebuilt from badges to attribute towers. Skill gap is a top priority because, as all of you know who's from Pro-Am, 2K18's way too easy shooting severely hurt the skill gap. That's why 5-out was dominant, that's why you have all these triple goals, because shooting made no sense. I mean, people can shoot 75% from deep, that just makes no sense. So I do believe, because 2K is going to have a major focus on increasing the skill gap this year, the first thing they're going to lower is the easiness of the shooting. So that's where I believe the skill gap is going to drop, and that's why I believe talented scorers are making a comeback. But alas, let's continue. I got more evidence. So, Zach also said, most duo archetypes have at least one Hall of Fame badge, and to clear things up, almost 70% of them, and approximately half of them have more than one. So, that's very interesting. So it seems like not every duo archetype is going to have more than one Hall of Fame badge, but by logic, it seems like pure builds are going to always come with more Hall of Fame badges, because duo archetypes, not all of them have multiple Hall of Fame badges. So there's a built-in advantage on that of being a pure anything archetype. But duo builds obviously is going to have the attribute advantages, so that's the balance right there. But as we all know, Hall of Fame badges are OP, so I'm leaning towards probably first, labbing pure builds first to see exactly how much of an edge the extra Hall of Fame badges that goes to the skills are going to give you. Because with focus skills and more Hall of Fame badges that are related to the focus skills, you're going to be pretty good as a pure whatever in terms of being a scorer. So another tweet, so as he always said, in comparison to 2K18, there's a major difference between a point guard, shooting guard, and power forward and center. So each position is going to stand out on its own, especially shooting guards and power forwards are going to be more desirable than before. So this means there are going to be some innate advantages of being either a shooting guard and power forward from the get-go, because that's how 2K wants it. So under this context, and plus the previous tweets, I feel some form of pure SG and power forward scoring build to be very OP to begin the year, because they want to increase the skill gap. That means shooting is going to go down. They're going to reward skill scoring, more Hall of Fame badges for pure builds, and especially they also want to distinguish the skills between a shooting guard and a power forward from a point guard and a center. So with that said, I believe there's going to be a lot of built-in advantages in shooting guard and power forwards from the get-go, and you can actually see some of these advantages already from where Zach is treated. Case in point, this one. So Zach here has mentioned that 2K19 has added in new triple threat style packages that comes with regular stand, quick jab, step over, and triple pump fake. So cool ways to differentiate players pre-attack. And for those of you who play 2K a lot and also understand basketball, you never really see a point guard triple threat anything. A triple threat move is reserved for wing players, especially a shooting guard. So now you know, they already want to distinguish skills between shooting guard, power forwards, and all the other positions. There's a reward really in Hall of Fame badges when you use a pure build. And now they have remade the entire triple threat system, which is pretty much a shooting guard heavy package, right? Shooting guards and small forwards are the best players to triple threat with, but ideally a shooting guard is the best. Think Kobe, right? Or things or power forward, right? Think Melo, things like that. And if you look at deeply into more of the stuff he treated, there's actually specific packages such as like an MJ triple threat package, which is like a signature move. So like as MJ, you guys remember he will palm the ball out to the side and includes one hand pump fake and all that good stuff. So a triple threat package, if you can find the right one in terms of animation, etc., is probably going to give you a huge competitive advantage. So especially being a shooting guard, I think that would be nasty. And crazily enough, you can now actually size up and hesitate left and right directly out of triple threat. He says there are 94 selectable triple threat size up. That means you can now smoothly go from triple threat into a hesitation size up. This has never been really very smooth years before because triple threat is very clunky. If the transition on this is as smooth as he says it could be, shooting guards on the wing with good triple threat stick skills are going to be very hard to time as to what they want to do, right? Like he says, if you do a jab, a step over move out of the triple threat, you can actually combo that with a hesitation going left or right to create lateral space for a jumper or a drive to the rim. So literally, you can jab left, hesi out right, and that will give you a huge separation, either take a mid or drive to the rim. As a score for a shooting guard, that would be a nasty combination, especially as a wing player, right? So, and that's just not that. Like as wing players get a lot of love from the triple threat moves, post moves also seem to have some new innate advantages. Zach is mentioning that there's new spin and drive fakes in the post, because fire, or tough to tell if it's an actual spin or fake. So it seems like they have improved these animations to make them easily branch outable. Like you can branch out of them, because previous years it's very obvious which way the guy is going if you play enough of the game. But he says there's some new moves in post play to play off of fake, spin, drive, jab, step backs, out of hold, and live dribble. So that will probably, as he says, it will be pretty effective in the post if you know what you're doing, because you can't tell if it's a spin, spin fake, or spin step backs, and everything starts the same, but the result is different. So there's a lot of love in post moves and triple threat moves being added, and those moves specifically, obviously, favors positions such as the shooting guard and power forward spots. And there's more. So he also says that when you do a shot fake from the post, and if you're holding on to LT or L2, so the post up trigger, you're going to go into the post without turning, or you're facing the fake, right? So this allows you to pump fake and just be quicker shots, because you don't go into an animation now, right? It's one smooth animation. So this, as he says, is going to allow for quicker shots and much better post moves out of the fake, because you don't go back to your original starting position by animation. And same thing here, he also says if you do a pass fake out of the post, you will go back into the post facing the same way you were pass faking. So that's huge. So that gives you momentum, because again, if you get, like he says, if you guys remember from last year, if you pass fake, you go into this really awkward animation afterwards. It's very robotic and you can't really chain moves out of it. This year also seems that has been improved. And for those of you who are really worried about post moves being blocked by elbows, that happened tons last year, and according to Zach, that's taken away because the blocking engineer who worked on it fixed the elbow post blocking. So that's also gonna really up the ante for players who can really post up and score from there. So with all that said, really, the new triple threat and post moves really reward timing and triggering your moves at the right time. There's a lot of, individual stick skills to just create space to score. And I do believe with enough work and dedication, a user with impeccable timing can actually dominate the game as a sole power forward and shooting guard score. Because 2K seems like that's how they want these positions to become, because they want to, differentiate between point guard, center, shooting guard, power forward, right? So shooting will obviously never be as easy again in 2K18. That would never happen. So scores with skill, I believe, will be highly valued and dominant in 2K19. I believe, therefore, that I would test out a pure shot creator shooting guard build to start the year from the get-go, from the prelude. I do believe that will probably be a very impactful build this year in terms of how you play pro-am and things like that. Obviously, in my career, as long as you're good, you'll be good in any position, really. but the key here is to focus on Pro-Am, and I believe a pure shot creator 2-guard build will be the best build from the at the beginning stages of 2K19 because of the way that developer seems to want the game to head. I believe that's where the competitive advantages lie. Because for those of you who follow, play a lot of Pro-Am, focus on the 2K League, you know the point guard and center positions dominate, right? They dominate the gameplay. Shooting guard, small forward, small forward is kind of like essentially another point guard, right? The shooting guards and power forwards are pretty much trapped as free and D guys or just pure shooters in 2K18. Like I said, the shooting will never be as easy as again because 2K is not going to be that silly about it. So shooting guards and power forwards, it seems like if you saw the tweets from Zach and the way the game is being updated and the way the game is going, that shooting guards and power forwards are leaning towards being specialized individual scoring threats. And if that's the direction of the game, a pure shot creator at the 2 is going to be very dominating because he's a lot bigger than a point guard. But if you're a pure shot creator, if you have enough stick skills, you can run a pick and roll. You don't need badges to run a successful, or useful pick and roll, right? Because you just be a secondary handler. And at the same time, pure shot creator, tons of mid-ranges. And with the new triple threat moves and the ability to hezi and escape out of them, you're going to be able to create a lot of space just on the catch, out of ISO, via triple threat hezi for the mid-range, for the drive. And a pure shot creator can drive, shoot the mid, and finish, and likely finish corner threes. So that will probably be the most versatile build. Obviously, you won't be the primary handler, but as a secondary handler do it all, I believe a pure shot creator 2-guard will be very good. So talk is cheap. Obviously, that's the build I'll be using starting when the prelude comes out, and obviously when I start off the year, so you guys can see how that goes. And as I tell you, I'll probably be making a lot of build tutorials this year as the cycle goes on. But obviously, I suggest to you, do not fully commit yourself to a build from the get-go. Like, give it a week or two, test things out. Don't fully commit your VC and all. Don't start your, real grind yet. I said, wait for my tutorials, wait for my tests, wait for my calculations. I'll be doing tons of those in my geeky, quirky ways, and I'll get you the best information available before you really settle into the build, right? It's a long haul this year, especially for those of you who's making it to season 2. You don't need to rush yourself. So for the first few weeks, get used to the animations, practice the triple threat, practice the new post moves, see what gives you the most advantages, right? If you're better at the triple threat, I suggest settle yourself into a 2-guard spot. Or if you're better at the post move, a little bit okay at triple threat, settle yourself into a power forward spot. Kind of like a Melo, a KD, or shooting guard, think like a Kobe, or like a Jordan. So I think there's a lot of value in playing shooting guard and power forward and being very effective at those related skills this year, especially if you're in Pro-Am. I predict the shooting will be way harder, the sliders are going to go up, and since 2K wants more love for the shooting guard and power forward, as you said, Saxy, leaning towards those builds will probably give you some innate advantages. Let the point guards and centers do their thing. They're always going to dominate the game. That's never going to change. But it seems like shooting guards and power forwards will be able to make a very big impact now in terms of being a talented, individual, skilled scorer. That's how I see it. Let me know how you feel. So you can expect this kind of content in terms of my individual skill series. That's what these are about. There will be plenty of these coming this year, and also, the classic, I guess, team-oriented stuff, which will be your defensive settings, money plays, lineups, individual sticks, all those things. Alright, so happy to hear from everyone. If you got a comment, leave it in the comment section. Always happy to talk, and I will see you guys when the prelude drops. I might live stream something, I'm not very sure. But I'll let you guys know, and I'll test a lot of builds so you guys can find the best builds for yourself before investing fully with your grind, so your time, and your VC, so your money, right? Be patient, wait it out a little bit, wait for me for a week or two. I'll give you guys the best calculation and build like that. Then you can invest your grind and invest your VC and all that good stuff into your build. Alright? And I'll also be doing scouting for players who want to try to make it for the season 2. So that's just giving you guys a heads up. See how that turns out. And as always, thanks for coming by, and I'll see all of you next time.